these messages that you're going to receive from the IPS are only going to be as good as those signatures. The more advanced and complex signatures are probably going to provide you with fewer false positives. Unfortunately, it can be very time-consuming to go through every single
okay, it's hey, what I want to learn is the straddle planche push up.
Began marking certain operating system files of Windows as being malicious and began quarantining parts of the operating system itself. They also marked Facebook and Blue as phishing sites. Those files and these sites.
Ooh, that wasn't too bad. See that? That could have been a lot worse.
The IPS did not identify it as malicious. If this malicious traffic did get through the firewall, then you probably have a machine that's been infected.
We can't do straddle planche with knuckles.
It sometimes can be difficult to know when this happens because you've got no messages and no identification of anything malicious. You have no idea.
Oh, I can. Slightly. Straddle planche with fingertips. Not yet. Let's go again. Let's go straddle planche with my hands. Not easy. Let's go normal tuck with my hands like a frog.
So if you ever see anything referring to OSI layer 2, it's usually referring to a switch. OSI layer 3 is referring to a router. Not only do routers connect different IP subnets, they often connect against different network types. We might have Ethernet on the inside of our network and some type of wide area network on the outside of our network.
Let's go knuckles and frog.
Routers are not designed to be security devices, but there are some capabilities built
Been knackering.
Allow or deny traffic, very similar to a packet filter in an operating system. This is also used in the routers configured for network express translation or for quality of service functions. You commonly configure an access control list on the ingress or egress of an interface. So you filter on all the traffic coming in, or you filter on all the traffic going out of the interface. Access control lists evaluate traffic on a number of different criteria, very similar to what firewall might do. An access control list will evaluate the source IP address, destination IP address, port number that might be used, and then decide whether to allow or deny that traffic from the router. And like a firewall, there's a list of rules for an access control list, and the router will follow that list until that traffic matches one of the rules in the access control list. Here's a typical network. We have a user on one side of the network connected to a switch. The switch is connected to a router, which then routes across a wide area network. On the other side of that wide area network, the router splits off into two different IP subnets for these two switches, and there's two users at this other location that are connected to that network. An access control list may be added to any one of these interfaces on a router. As we mentioned, the access control list is usually associated with ingress or egress of an interface on a router. So it's
fingertips.
The router in a single direction. They might evaluate an access control list on one side of the router, and since usually a router has another interface on it, there will be outbound traffic on that interface. There's another opportunity to evaluate an access control list. As to an inbound to another router, there's another opportunity to provide access control list filtering. And as it's leaving that router, there's an egress access control list.
Nah. I can hold it for a second, but I'm actually pushing up on it. It's a whole nother question.
This access control list denies all traffic that's coming from IP address 192.168.10.10, and it denies it on the egress of this interface on router 2. The second rule of this access control list number 1 is any other traffic going through this interface. So we can send traffic from 192.168.10.10, but as soon as it hits this particular outbound interface on router 2, it will be dropped. If 192.168.10 is sending traffic from 192.168.30.10,
not quite. Okay. Let's go. Planche, straddle. One more space there. Okay, I think that's that done. I'll do handstand. My shoulder's a bit gone, I slept on it last night. See what I can do. Okay, wide hands.
We also have security challenges with our switches. Switches are devices that effectively are bridging traffic in hardware. Application-specific integrated circuit, or ASIC, to this period.
The balance is hard.
The switch is an OSI layer 2 device because it's making its forwarding decision based on the MAC address or the layer 2 address of the traffic going through the switch. Usually these switches have more than one port. In some cases, in larger organizations, a switch can have many ports associated with it. And these are usually performing high bandwidth file transfers and a large amount of our traffic. Everything connected to the network on the inside of our network is generally connected to a switch. As security professionals, we spend a lot of time, a lot of money securing inside of the network from the outside of the network. So we'll create a firewall that's connected to the internet, we'll put in place an intrusion prevention system, we'll have more filtering in place, and all of this is between the inside and the outside. But generally, the inside of the network is a lot less secure. We don't have the time or the money to be able to put a firewall in every single interface inside of the network. So we often find that the inside of the network.
Not today. Okay. Let's go. That's my fingertips. doing this part.
Be wireless, or can sit in the parking lot and be able to connect to a wireless switch on the inside of our network. And some of the interfaces on our network are wide open and available. For example, in conference room, we'd like to have the conference room interfaces available for people using that conference room, but we also want to make sure that nobody's going to walk in and plug into our internal network without us knowing about it.
Okay.
Many organizations handle the security of
Really?
interfaces by using port-based network access control, or NAC. This is sometimes referred to as IEEE 802.1x. This requires that someone provide a username and password and authenticate before they are able to gain access to any of the switch devices. We're really talking about port-based network access control, and that means the physical interface or on the switch.
Stop off.
Also, as a security
It's
official,
not.
we want to audit and make sure that all of the interfaces that are not currently in use are administratively disabled. That will prevent someone from walking into a
Just about do it.
plugging their device into whatever
It's hard work.
switch. Another security feature you may want to consider for your switches is to have the switch identify when a duplicate MAC address appears. You're able to stop this MAC address moving because the switch recognizes that suddenly the same MAC address is coming from a different part of the network. At OSI layer 2, this MAC address layer, there's no way to have the packets count or know when a packet is being
Nah.
connect two switches to each
Go
other.
normal.
Rotate through those switches until you break that connection. This can break down the network very, very quickly. So more people will traffic onto the network, more traffic will begin to loop around, and you can
Let's go, knuckles.
to be able to prevent this type of loop on a switch network, there is a protocol called spanning tree protocol that automatically identifies a loop and prevents a loop.
Ah.
It's referred to as IEEE
Yeah, that's that part done.